Hello guys, welcome back, welcome. Today, so I was originally planning to do a build video, like I said at the end of last video. I still kind of want to get more footage for that, and also kind of see if stuff changes, because the plan is I wanted to do stuff about Fast Track. But we saw so much of that on social media, and I thought we'd discuss something a little bit more, like, interesting for now, because I wanted to go over the potential perks for the Angel Killer chapter, as we're calling it. I believe there is a name for it. If I could find it, I'd let you know. Chorus of Sin, that's what it's called. For those who don't know, a quick explanation. Chorus of Sin is the chapter which the community has been voting on every few weeks to slowly basically make it themselves. It's where we had stuff like the survivor voting. Lots of people wanted the old lady, and the old lady was the one which won, and then you got to vote, killer designs, and basically the entire process. At the moment, I believe voting is going on for stuff like the key art, the Murray for the killer, and what we're going to be talking about is the perks. So what we've got here is a potential few perk, just vague descriptions. We're kind of just going to go over them one by one, and I'm just going to give my opinion in on what I think about them, would I like to see them in game or not, So we'll start with Survivor, because Survivor main here, but we'll go over Survivor and Killer ones as well. So first we have Fruits of Your Labor, it is called, and it is a token perk that will apparently give you more haste and more healing. Now obviously we don't know how the tokens would be got, but in a sense, I already wouldn't mind this, because to me this is kind of like the ongoing trend they've been doing, which I don't mind, where you basically take a perk from one side and you give it to the other side. I think the most recent example for this was with Taeyong, where he got the one where every time you pop a gem, you get more speed to your healing, your unhooking, and your cleansing, which is basically fire up for Survivor. So this to me is basically play with your food, but for Survivor instead. And I think haste can be unhealthy, yes, but also I'm just really curious how they would do this one, so I wouldn't mind us being in the game. If it's heck, it could be a batteries included, in a sense where it's just every time you pop a gen you get 1% haste. So because then it's kind of like hope, but hope which you have to work towards. But then if you've got this on and hope, there would also be a lot of haste. So I don't know, maybe it could vary, or something which is just temporarily, if they're going more down the play with your food route, and it's you can do this thing to get the tokens, but then this thing loses the tokens. Maybe it's every time you vault you lose a token, or every time you get hit you lose all your tokens, stuff like that. It could be cool. It has potential. Then we have Shooting Stars, a perk that shares and synergizes elusive between survivors. Now, I don't mind what they're going for here, because elusive is still kind of a newer thing, and we definitely need more stuff to do with it. We did get obviously the elusive perk recently with Taeyong, where you heal the obsession, and you both become elusive for 30 seconds, I believe. And it's nice. It's more that stealth kind of niche, which we haven't been getting as much from whatever core recently. But this is personally one I probably wouldn't want, because I did scan through the other options the other day, and I believe I did like the other options more. But if they want to go down this, I wouldn't blame them. It makes sense from just a game design point of view. Hey, here's this new thing, we throw more stuff, I'll get more stuff about it out there. So we'll see how that one goes. Then we have Salvation's Cry, which is a perk that shares aura when a killer starts a chase. This I think is kind of going to be how, again going back to Taeyong here, so how Taeyong has the version of Windows where when you're in the tower radius, you can see the pallets close to you, and you get the other bits and bobs to it. To me, this is kind of like Bond, but you have to be in chase. But then it's also kind of what's it called? Victoria's one, where when you're in chase, I believe it shows people's auras. Or it is the gens or the auras that shows, and then you you give the team the gen speed boost. So similar, but obviously it could be completely different. It doesn't even say survivor auras, to be fair. It could be auras of like so many different things. Like I don't know, there might be lots of overlap with this, because now that I think about it, we have Troubleshooter as well, and Troubleshooter already shows you the gem with the most progress. So I don't know what they could go for here. Like this one I'm a bit unsure on. Like obviously it will be information. Information is nice. Even if you are in, you know, Swifts and all that, information can always be nice just to like easily pinpoint stuff. So I'm 50-50 on this one. I'm 50-50. Then we have what goes around, a perk that bangs tokens for a big pallet stun. Now this sounds cool. I wouldn't even be surprised if this wins, to be honest, because this sounds like you're getting tokens somehow. I don't know how. What could give the tokens? Maybe it's like protection hits or something. We'll say could be cool and different. But then it's gonna make it so the next pallet stun you get, no doubt, will make the killer be stunned longer, which is kind of like I think it's called Dark Arrogance, which is the one which came with Vecna, where you get stunned longer but you can vault quicker. And this is cool. I think honestly, Jesus Christ, my voice. I think honestly though, this well, let me think how I put this into words. This would be more useful, I think, on people more confident in the game, because then you can do whatever the requirement is for this perk. You get a big pallet stun, you kind of like cash it in, because I imagine it would be like a one-time thing, and that could, you know, like shift like how the matches go in. Like it could be like, oh, that stun was on like an unsafe pallet, but now because they're stunned longer, you get to like a nicer loop, or you just simply make more distance, you know, to like escape, like stuff like that. Heck, this perk alone could even make a killer drop chase, depending on how long they, you know, take to, like, how long they get stunned, basically, you know, the map, like, all the circumstances. So, that could be cool. I would not be surprised if that wins, because, again, we don't really have something like it either, and we don't always get much stuff on, like, stunning killers as of recent, so, could be cool. Right, now we have Avant, which is a token perk that rewards scaring crows away. Now, this is one that you haven't really given much information on, but it is unique at least, so we can at least like appreciate that, because this is rewarding as a survivor scaring the crows away, which is something you'll do passively anyway, like more than you probably realize. So depending on what this perk does, it could be really good, but if it does just mess stuff, then it's gonna be like one of the probably worst things ever. Like, I mean, it would be that passive though that it could still be good either way. Like, I don't know. It just really comes down to what they throw at it. Like, I'm curious. And then, lastly, we have a boon, which is something you don't see often nowadays. And this I'm very interested about. The boon makes a single generator's progress permanent. Now, is this going to be more like a hex? And it's just, I like this, and one of the gens at random can't be kicked? Or is this, I have to boon a totem, which I hope is next to the gen I want to use this on, and then just pray the killer doesn't snuff it out? Because if the killer snuffs it out, can't they just kick it then? Like, I mean, it adds an extra layer of protection, and this one I think would be very map dependent. Like, if you get like Midwich, I think of, or RPD, they're like indoor maps, and you can get a boon like underneath-ish, and it's affecting the gen like upstairs. As long as basically now someone doesn't bring the killer to the totem instead of the gen, that gen can't be kicked. That's just like if you progress that, it could provide really interesting gameplay, a really interesting gameplay dynamic. I could already imagine a lot of like clips on socials being all like, because of this perk, you know, we like he couldn't kick this gen, and then it was like one of the safest gens ever. Like, you could like, it could be like on Dead Dog or something, and it's the one upstairs main, and now they have to go out the way just to snuff that out, like it's in like the bottom right corner room, and you know what I mean? It gets heads up. Like, because in all that time you could be doing the gen as well, so that could be cool. That could be cool. I think quickly, if I had to choose like 3 of them, because of course I'm going to come with 3, I would choose Fruits of Your Labor, which is the one which gives haste and healing. I would choose What Goes Around for the big pallet stun, and I would probably choose the boon. They're the few off the top of my head, but I would also kind of like to see if they give more descriptions than all of these before voting, but at the same time, I think we're just voting for a loose outline. So when the perks come out, they can be a surprise like any chapter, you know? Right. Now the killer ones quickly. Right, okay, so there are two which don't have visuals, so I'm not going to be able to, like, throw them up, but you just have to make do. Some of these are really simple, anyway. The first two are really simple. So, one is a hex called Flesh is Weak. It increases exhaustion. That is it. It probably works off terror radius or something, would be my guess. Like, you're just simply in chase. And then, like, if they do something to get exhausted, it's, like, doubled or something. I could imagine it honestly being something like it's doubled. Because it's a hex at the end of the day. Hexes are meant to do, like, crazy powerful things. So, you know, it's simple but effective. Everyone uses exhaustion perks, so, like, always get value out of it. And then we have another hex, Under Your Thumb. This, I think, it's weird, because this is almost kind of like the Band-Aid thing people going about with perks. So basically, it limits survivor haste. That is literally what it says it does. And I know killer mains would probably love that, because, hey, you're limiting haste. That affects so many things in the game, from just the haste perks to exhaustion perks, which give you haste, like Swim Burst and that. Obviously, we don't know how it works. It could just be one which just functions, but already these are like two probably really good perks. But at the same time, if you need a perks to stop that, and then if haste is already a problem, let's say, it could, you know, cause like upfall in the community, you get me? Like, it's cool. It's just cool that it's an option. I cannot stress that enough. Then we have Run Down the Sinner, which is a totem perk, again, that gives you incremental haste in chase. Now, I think what this means is it's going to be another hex perk, which makes it that so kind of like your Bloodlust, like, works better or something. That's what I kind of think, but maybe they make it so it doesn't work off a Bloodlust or something, because they haven't specified Bloodlust, but it's a totem one as well, so it's not even like tokens. I don't know, like, it could be, again, nice and simple, but that's like our third hex, and I don't know if I'd want 3 hexes coming with this killer, personally. Then we have Vigilance, which is an obsession perk that gives you Nerve Perfect Aura Reveal. Now, this sounds cool, because to me, this kind of sounds like you've basically picked someone, in this case the obsession, and you basically are just getting wall hacks on them for, like, most of the match, I'm going to say, because I feel like there's going to be ways where this, like, turns off, but that honestly sounds really cool and different. You could, like, if you got this, and then you're playing some like Stealth Killer, and you could just toy with someone, it would kind of be like, back when Franklin's and Weaving was popular, and you just always had the aura reveals on people, like, all around the map, because people just didn't know what to do. Like, it could be funny, and honestly, funny would mean fun, so I honestly would kind of like to see this one. And then we have Lay Waste, a perk that increases regression on near completed gens. Now, this sounds cool, and if you feel this one pop, this could be really cool. Now, I like the idea. Obviously, there is the caveat of, you know, like, how much should we, like, talking? Like, does it need to get to, like, 99 to work? Is 90 okay? Because, obviously, you have the risk with this perk of using it of, well, the gen's already close, the cook just pop it, you know? Like, yeah, you could have this perk, but then you're running over to 2 people in gem, they can stick it, one of them takes a hit and all that, and then you don't get perk value, you know? Like, but at the same time, it could be really clutch of a perk. I don't know if people want more gen slowdown though, personally. I don't know what killers would want, because again, like the other perks we just spoke about are more like unique. But we'll see, you know, maybe people are simple and are just like, hey, give me more gen question. And then lastly, we have Desolation, which is a perk that gives broken to survivors who are nearby and when they recover. I don't know what it means about the nearby part, but when they recover, nice and simple, it's just they get up, Or maybe it's like someone picks them up, and if they're injured as well, they just both become broken. Because then, like, I'm actually kind of mixed on this, because that means you could slug, and if you're kind of close and they get a pickup, they can't run away and reset now anyway then, which is usually what you kind of want to do, depending on the situation. Now you're broken and the killer knows, oh, they can't heal for like 30 seconds, so it could promote a little bit of questionable gameplay, but at the same time, it's, again, it is a more, again, unique perk. Kind of reminds me of Terminus in a sense, how, like, if endgame happened and you got Terminus up, you can, like, suck people under, they can only get up to being injured. So, yeah, well, I'm more mixed on these, but, like, they also do sound cool. If I did have to choose, like, 3 I would want in the game, though, I would probably take Vigilance for the obsession, like, or revealing, because that just sounds, again, so fun, especially like a range killer. I would probably take, I don't know, part of me kind of wants to take the other 2 hexes then, just for the simplicity, like, increase exhaustion and limit survivor haste, could be nice, like, especially if you pair both of them, actually, and they pop like life, and then all of a sudden they've got, like, double exhaustion, and they only got, like, half the haste or something, I'd say, that could be cool, actually, like, simple hex, if they break it, you know? But, yeah, that's kind of going to be it for me, guys. I kind of just wanted to go over the options here quickly, give my quick opinions on them. Let me know down below what it is you would vote for, or what you're going to vote for, because again, I believe the voting is up right now. And I will catch all you guys in the next one, where we should be doing a video on Fast Track at some point. I just need to get about to actually getting good matches, like, with it, and figure out how I want to go about that build. But yeah, that'd be it for me, guys. Take care, look after yourselves, and I will catch you all in the next one.